The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby, On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. GodsonFresh in the building, my guy.
Hey, what up, Brody?
How you been?
Chilling.
Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you.
How you been?
Been chilling, man. Doing the music, you know.
Working?
Yeah.
We were supposed to have Beamo here today, but a little issue with the ride. But it's okay. We about to bring y'all both back and have y'all both kill it together. Probably within like the next week or two.
Yeah, definitely gonna put that together. This time I'm gonna go get him.
This time we personally sending you to go get. But it's happened a couple of times, like with like artists in the rides. You know what I'm saying? That shit. You know, you never know what happened. Like the artist I was supposed to have here before you, Lay Banks from Philly. She had like their car like broke down in Philly or something like that. So you know, you can't. It's like shit that you can't control sometimes.
It's the weather today. It's
Yo,
the weather.
And it's like today. I feel like today's like the real Monday of this week because like yesterday was Halloween, so it's like everybody on a different type of energy today.
Definitely feel like it.
It's just like a lot going on too.
Definitely.
But you and Beamo, you were telling me about like, cause after like the collab stuff, you said you were gonna go back and do some solo stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So the collab stuff, that's happening, right? We know that. What type of space of like music have you been in lately? Like,
basically just making people understand who I am. Basically, letting them know what I get into, what type of person I am. Basically, I just want to show them I don't need, artists to work with me because a lot of people say me and Beamo work so good together. They want to see if I could do it alone. So basically, I just figured, I just start working on the solo tape.
It's not like you haven't done stuff alone.
Yeah, definitely. I got a tape out alone already. Definitely, way before me and Beamo started working.
Right. When did you and Beamo first meet each other?
I knew Beamo my whole life. We grew up together.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like my family. We grew up in the same building.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did y'all start making music around the same time then too?
No, actually, he's been rapping for a while. I just started rapping last year.
Just last year?
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell, like, even like with like cause I was watching like the You're From the Block, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Aze. When I was watching that, I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like I wouldn't have even been able to tell that like you just quote unquote
That was
started
my
rapping.
second song I made.
Really?
Yeah, and the freestyle from the block, definitely.
That's tough.
That was the second song.
And to get on From the Block that early with just your second
I think
song.
I was about a month and a half in rapping.
Really?
Yeah. I just dropped the single probably like a month before that.
Okay. So what was your why did you I guess start like so late? You know what I'm saying? Like why did compared to like obviously Beamo?
I was managing artists really, trying to be a manager, and then I started getting into it more, and I started seeing like, I got the image, I feel like I could do it, so I just like, everybody tell me to do it, so I just ran with it.
You was managing artists before.
Yeah.
We should talk about that. I haven't gotten to talk to a manager yet. Like, what are some of the things, like, because, I talk to managers on a day-to-day basis, obviously, but, like, when it comes to managing an artist, I don't think people always realize, like, how hard it is.
Yeah, it's difficult, because sometimes they give up. They don't want to do it no more. They get, they get frustrated. You got to deal with emotions. It's a lot. But I'm ready to bet it on myself this time around, so.
Which is good that you've already kind of dealt with being a manager of an artist already, because like now if like you start having like, let's say you had like those like the thought like, oh, I want to give up, you got to be like, well, what would I tell my artist?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and the connections I made during the process, so it was like, I feel like it's gonna work out.
Was there ever a moment when you were just like, well, obviously you're an artist now, you're a manager, but like, was there like a specific moment where you're like, nah, fuck this, I can't be a manager anymore. I want to try this shit myself.
Of course, definitely. I was investing so much money into it, and then it seemed like, people started giving up on themselves while I'm investing. So I'm like, damn, I just got to put the money on myself at this point. 'Cause I know I ain't going to give up on myself.
Yeah.
So definitely had to get into that.
Do you have like a, because like I know a lot of upcoming managers, like brand new managers, obviously with young guys in the city, like what would you tell these like new managers to like what advice would you have as a former manager yourself?
Definitely let the artists be themselves. You can't try to control the artists. A lot of managers try to control the artists. Like you just got to play your part. Just be there. Just be the ear for them. You know what I'm saying? You got to be there and make sure they just stick it to what they want to do and be the ear for them to listen. Definitely. Also,
make sure your artist is like everywhere that they're supposed to be.
Right. Make sure they, it's like having a, how you say?
Like a kid. Like it's like
Yeah.
basically a child. You
Yeah.
gotta, because most artists are pretty young when they're first getting in tune with their managers. So you gotta like strong arm them places and shit like that, or stop them from giving up.
Right. Definitely.
Like if I had $1 for every time I saw an artist be like, "Oh yeah, I'm quitting music today," and then the next day they drop a song, I'd be rich as fuck.
I mean, don't get it wrong. I be feeling like that sometimes too. Now that I'm rapping, I be like, damn, I understand where they was coming from with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be feeling that way, but I know not to give up.
Right.
I definitely be feeling that way sometimes. Like, damn, this shit is a headache at this point. I just gotta keep going. I'm almost there. That's how I be feeling.
What became like the biggest headache for you making that transition, like kind of being on that other side of things now?
I never been in a booth. So like my first time being, in the booth, it was like, damn, like it was difficult. I didn't know what to talk about or nothing. I just started putting stuff together. I think that was the most difficult part of transition, and understanding and knowing what to talk about and these raps what people want to hear. It was like, damn, I never ever been in the studio before. So other than sitting there and making sure the artist is working, but for me to be at the mic myself is like, it was definitely a change. I see the work that they put in now. I could feel it. From the outside looking in, it look easy, but it's definitely not though. Definitely not.
And the studio isn't as fun as people make it out to be too.
Nah, I mean, yeah, you see on TV and videos, it be girls and all this other stuff going on. Nah, it's definitely just a lot of work, a lot of sleeping, a lot of falling asleep half the time.
Right. The girls and shit, they mostly be for the videos and shit, or like, if it's like one of those like fun nights in the studio, but most is just like work,
Yeah.
doing mad takes, getting it to
Definitely.
sound right, the engineer going back and forth on Pro Tools or
I feel like depending on what's going on in the studio, that's what the vibe gonna be for the music sometimes. If you didn't write nothing to go to the studio. Because half the time I don't write. So it'd be more so like whatever the vibe is that day or that time, I go off that.
Do you freestyle a lot in the studio?
More so, yeah. But
Okay.
it take me time, though. I ain't gonna lie. It take me some time, but I get it done.
You get comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Cause I saw this song that you had posted, right? Two sides to a story, right? And I wanted to talk about the caption. So you wrote like last year, you were in jail, 4 to 5 false charges, right?
Right.
So what was going on in that situation? Like, so obviously you got locked up.
Right.
You're facing like a bunch of charges that weren't happening. What was going through your head at that time? Like, what was going on?
Damn, man, I feel like exactly what the caption is. It's two sides to the story. I feel like they ain't hear mine and understand mine. I shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, the charges was false. Like, I was just being incarcerated for something I ain't do. So it was like, damn, two sides of the story is really what it was. It was like, I just remember one side of the story. I don't even understand what happened or what occurred.
Was it just like you got picked up and they were just like, oh, this is the guy that did it? And like,
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, more so, yeah.
it wasn't even like a, oh yeah, like we have evidence. It's just like you just.
Nah, definitely no evidence. Definitely not. They said a whole bunch of things. There was no evidence.
And then they eventually just let you go because they were like, oh yeah, this isn't him.
I got remanded twice. I was in there like, damn, I'm really sitting in here like. But then I called my lawyer. I called Dawn, and she got me out fast. Shout out to Dawn Florio. She a good lawyer.
Oh yeah, I think I be seeing her on the gram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she be going crazy. How long were you in there for?
2 years now, but she's actually becoming an entertainment lawyer, so me and her's working on that now too.
Oh, fire. I was asking how long you were like locked up for, but that too honestly.
It wasn't long. It wasn't nothing crazy. I was only in there for a week or two. But by the time I realized I got remanded, I went to court twice the first week, and I'm like, damn, why the hell I'm not going home? Like, I know I ain't do none of this shit, so I'm not going home. Like, I gotta call Dawn. I called Dawn within like 3 days from that phone call. I was home.
Wow.
Yeah, she's tough.
So you come home, right? And then like you kind of, well, one, obviously you see how like the justice system is like kind of corrupt in that matter.
Yeah.
But then two, like it also, you kind of like, I don't know, was that your first time that this has happened to you? Like getting locked up? Second time?
Yeah.
So like when you came out, did you have like a different like outlook on everything you were doing too? Like even though it was such a short period of time, were you like, shit, I gotta
focus up, definitely. It changed me as a person though, definitely. Like as a whole man, like I see things differently. Feel like I'm more mature. Certain little things like that could really change you. Cause it's like you being put in a predicament that you shouldn't be in, and it could really change your life forever. And for you to make it out of that is like, damn, like, I'm appreciative. You know what I'm saying? I'd be appreciative for things like that.
Yeah, I think like all the guys who I've like had on the show who've gotten out recently, and like God bless that this wasn't your situation, but like even when they were telling me about the times that they was in there, like during COVID, and like the stuff that they were going through during the COVID times, and how like their bodies getting carried out every day because people were dying because of like that shit is like just think about like the conditions like in there and on Rikers too is just like it's disgusting to think about like how they treat people, and then you think about all the people who might have been in your situation who didn't have Dawn,
Right.
who didn't get as lucky as you and who are still like
Definitely
sitting
gotta
aside.
be grateful for her. Definitely grateful I got the money to pay her off.
So you're working on a solo project right now.
Yeah, definitely. Me and Beamo finished up our project. Our project been ready for months now. Like,
I know you guys. I feel like because that's like when I was like, okay, cool, like let's have y'all come up this week. I was looking for the project. I was like, I could have sworn that they said it was out already, and then I couldn't find it. I'm like, wait, maybe it didn't drop yet.
Nah, yeah, we ain't drop it yet. We got a big feature on there that we working on, so we just waiting on that.
Are you waiting for clearance?
Yeah.
Then the most annoying part.
We gonna get it done though. But if not, we just gonna drop it and then we'll figure it out from there. We'll figure it out without the big feature, basically.
Maybe put the feature on like the deluxe or something.
Yeah,
shit.
right.
What's the project called?
Church in the Wild.
Ooh, I like that.
Church in the Wild.
Church in the Wild.
Definitely.
And then after that, you guys are gonna go. Well, not your separate ways, but you guys are gonna go do your own solo stuff.
Yeah, he got a solo he working on definitely right now, and I got a solo. So we just making sure we stay in their face and keep our foot on their necks.
Right.
So.
Do you know what your solo project is called yet or nah? You haven't really gotten to that point.
Right now, not more so, but the route I'm taking, it might be motivational purposes too.
I like that, yeah.
Because I already got motivational purposes out. I dropped it last year, December 17th. I was thinking about dropping, motivational purposes too. But shorting it up this time. I had about 8 to 9 songs last time.
Okay.
I think I want to do about 5 or 6 this time, like EP.
Something short.
Right.
I always tell people like I really like the Kanye West era where he was doing the 7-song EPs because I feel like 7 songs is kind of they were albums but they were EPs. Like I always feel like 7 songs is kind of like the perfect number because like you could listen to it in one sitting and then you can't get bored.
Right.
Because by the time that you even would start getting bored, the song like the project's over. Like you already got through the whole thing and you already kind of know which songs you like.
On to the next one, right? Basically, that's how I see it too. The shorter, the better. Definitely.
Do you think you'll ever get back into like once you feel like you reach the levels you want to reach that you'll maybe start getting back to either maybe making your own label or doing more management stuff but on like a different type of scale, or you feel like you put that whole part of your life like in the past? Like is there any point that you might revisit that?
Yeah, definitely want to get back to it because right now I got so much money LLC right now, so I want to get artists. When I make it, basically I feel like the artists that I help manage, feel like I could help, basically I feel like I did this to be the spotlight, and show everybody, we can make it. Like, if we gotta do it through me, then we're gonna do it through me. And when I make it, everybody gonna have a ride. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. So that's my plan, basically. My plan was just pave the way. Once I pave the way, getting out the way.
And pave the way and get out the way. I like that.
Pave the way and get out the way. Because I really ain't want to, I don't like spotlight. I really don't. I hate attention. I used to have my face on social media. So I feel like this rapping, it kind of opened me up to the world and some people. So now me doing this, it helped me with what I really want to do. I want to be an actor.
You really want to be an actor?
Yeah, definitely.
That's fire.
I was in Power Raising Kanan.
You know what? I did see that.
As an extra. Yeah. I was an extra in Raising Kanan. I was supposed to have a lead role, but then I got sick with COVID, so I couldn't.
Really?
Yeah, I got sick with COVID. Messed me up. So I felt that's what kind of pushed me to really start rapping too. I was thinking about like, damn, maybe if I take this route to get big and then, probably make a move like 50 did, Just be man with the entertainment. I got a plan.
Do you have to go to like acting classes or like is it just kind of all very natural for you?
Yeah, I got an agency and everything. At first, my little brother was the first one to do it. And I seen him on the BET Award commercials and stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm spotlight that young. At that time, he was about 6 or 7 years old. So I'm like, I got to try it. So I gave it a try, did a few acting classes, then got an agency. Then they start booking me for stuff.
Easy.
Yeah. Easy, but, definitely want to be bigger than what the roles they gave me. So that's why I'm here now doing this, getting right.
Well, everybody got to start somewhere,
Right.
What episode, what number, do you remember what episode of Raising Kanan was? Like what number episode?
7, episode 7, season 1.
Episode 7. So
Yeah.
go watch episode 7, season 1 of Raising Cave.
At the
Kanan.
diner.
You want to see him in there?
Yeah, I was at the diner. You get a glimpse of me. I was at the diner.
Do you know what role you're supposed to do before that? Before you got COVID?
I believe it was the kid, and I think it was episode 2.
Okay.
The friend that got killed off. His friend, Kanan's right-hand man that got killed off. I believe it was that role. Definitely was.
But I can see how like getting COVID would affect that, because then it's like that's why they put you later on in the season. And
I was so mad. Because then I tried to sneak it in there and not let them know I had COVID, but then they say it was doing COVID tests. I'm like, yeah, so I got to tell the truth. It's over. It's over.
He was like, I got to get this role done by any means possible.
Yeah, definitely, because they make us take like 3 or 4 COVID tests before you even start anything. Like
Oh,
different.
for real?
Right, they space it out. You get like 2 a week. So like in the 2-week wingspan, you better not have that COVID.
Damn. Well, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way, the path that you're on right now when it comes to that, like everything got to happen for a reason. So I don't think that, you know, well, I mean, it sucks that happened, but I feel like, you know, this is just going to lead to bigger and better things.
Yeah, right. I might have my own power. Who knows? I feel like I'm a nice guy. Good look, good image. It might work for me some way, somehow.
Do you have anything, any other acting projects that you're currently in that are coming up that people should be
I was
looking for?
Old Head season 3 as well. It was like a Philly project.
Okay,
It was
fire.
like a web series. This was like the first thing I ever did, and they did a collab with New York City, and they did it in my neighborhood. That's what really made me get into acting. Like I really, you know, once I started doing that, I'm like, yeah, I got to keep going. So that I got an agency and just ran with it.
Word. So we got the project with Beamo on the way. We got your solo project on the way. Obviously, Brazen Kanan, episode 7.
Right,
He's
season
in
1,
the
episode
diner
7.
in the diner scene.
Right.
More acting projects on the way. What else you got going on that the people got to know about before we get up out of here?
Right now, just real life things. Like me and my moms, we got a shop in the Bronx. Salon, 1500 Boston Road. You know, we got a shop there.
Congrats.
Lashes, hair. Right now, I'm just working, opening outlets.
Get yourself right. You got any other businesses you working on?
I'm actually trying to open up something in Atlanta right now. Right now I reside in Atlanta. I'm back and forth from Atlanta and New York City. Right now, me and my uncle and my moms, we got a barbershop out there.
Dope.
Yeah, and I want to open a juice bar. So.
All great businesses. Look at him. He's Bobby because he loves going to Atlanta. So whenever you get the juice bar open and the barbershop open, because he would be like, my producer Rob loves to go to Atlanta for like 3 weeks at a time. So next time he goes to Atlanta, you got to send me the barbershop and the juice bar,
right,
so
cool.
he can get you right, so he could go back and support another New Yorker in Atlanta.
Definitely. Rob and Gabe got to come through.
Right? I ain't been to Atlanta yet. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Never been to Atlanta.
Oh man,
Never
I love
been to
it.
Atlanta.
I grew up there. I grew up in Atlanta, 10th and 12th grade. I went to school out there for basketball. I used to play basketball. That's where I spent most of my time at. I went to school with Young Moore.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Columbia High School. We went to Columbia High School together.
Did y'all play ball together or no?
Nah, he didn't play ball.
Okay.
Young Moore wasn't a ball player.
I mean, I've had a few interviews with Young Mo. It didn't really give me ball player, but But you guys knew each other back then.
Yeah.
Well, that's
definitely.
fire. I didn't know that.
Cool people.
So you did like a little back and forth between New York and Atlanta.
Yeah, my whole life basically. Still to this day. Atlanta like my second home.
I can kind of see it now.
Yeah.
Like obviously you a New Yorker, right? But I can see like the Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I can
Yeah.
see like a little Atlanta influence here and there. Even with some of the music too, like it definitely like bleeds in ever so slightly.
Yeah, see, in Two Sides of the Story, on a hook, Darnell Valentine, he said, if I was down real bad, going outside, that's Atlanta lingo. Going outside, I got that from being out there. I just, I was like, bro, just say this. Switch it up a little bit. Make the whole world feel what we saying.
Yeah. Atlanta to New York.
You might hear me throw some Atlanta lingo in there sometime.
If I start hearing you rapping like Young Thug or something like that, I don't know what I'm gonna do, bro. I'm gonna have to call you like, yo, why are you rapping like this? I thought you was from New York, and then everybody gonna be like, oh wait, he's from Atlanta too. He did a little bit of both.
Yeah, definitely. I'm versatile, so I feel like I could do a lot. I be working. I try a lot of different things. I got a lot of different things. A lot in the stash.
Well, I'm excited for it, bro. And obviously we're gonna bring you back up here again when Beamo's here. We're gonna have y'all do a little freestyle together, get y'all right for the new project. If you're in Atlanta, make sure you go check out his barbershop. You know what I'm saying? That's open. If you're in the Bronx, the hair salon,
That's a fact.
get nails too, or is it just hair?
Hair and lashes.
Hair and lashes, my bad. Hair and lashes. Make sure you go tap that in. You know what I'm saying? Support the local businesses of fellow New Yorkers here. Before we get out of here, though, anything else you want to let the people know where they can follow you at? All that good stuff. This camera right here.
Definitely. Apple Music, GodsonFresh, Instagram, GodsonTrendy. Definitely.
There you go.
Turn up.
And make sure you go check out that From the Block. Shout out my brother, Aze.
Yeah, shout out Aze Productions.
That's been out now. Maybe by the time you see this, I already have them both up. But if the freestyle's out now, make sure you go run that up. Make sure you go follow him. Go run up the project. Go run up the new single. Go show him some love. Go show him some support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, Godson on the radar. My guy. Love.
Appreciate you, Gabe.